Dream and slumber, nighttime shades are calling. Hi guys, hello, welcome. No, you're not wrong. This is Antonio from the Singer's Toolkit, and today we are gonna talk about effects. So stay tuned. Right. First of all, let me remove the effect and let me remove all the other effects. So this is me. Hope you can still hear me without any effect. And actually, for the sake of you being able to hear me a little better, I will trigger the first effect straight away. So let's get started again. Hi everybody, this is Antonio from the Singer's Toolkit, and yes, you got it. Today we're gonna talk about effects. Now, quickly, why? Well, think about a song. If you will sound, raw like this, dreaming, there's no joy in singing, and there is less joy in listening. If you sing, I don't know, that's why I'm easy, there's no, it's so, yeah, there's something missing there. So effects are part of what we do, and this doesn't um, apply only to singers, but this is for all instruments. Effects are not just something that we add for, because we say so or I say so, but they are an important part of your instrument. So you should know at least the basics, okay? And that's what we are here for. So, what you can see probably here, this is a, let me go, okay. Okay, that's in full screen mode. So, this is Logic Pro, and this is the mixer of Logic Pro. So, what I'm trying to achieve here is I'm trying to mimic um, a mixing desk or mixing board or mixer, which is a device that sooner or later you as singers have to be able to deal with, and you need to understand at least a little bit. So, quickly, can you see that there are channel strips, they're called, and they are vertical? So, can you hear that? Can you see that on the right hand side, there is this thing, there is a name there, it's called master. And on the left, to the left on that master, there is a stereo out. These two are called the master bus. So they are the main two faders that you want to pull up or down, and then you will imagine you got 3 microphones and 3 guitars. You bring this volume down and you will hear me no more. Listen, talking, 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 and I'm back, okay? So that's how you control it. But what we are here today for is to understand. So here, the first channel to your left, on the left hand side, is where my microphone is plugged in. We have covered the audio signal flow in another video, so if you don't know, the channel strip, which we had a look in that video, go and find the other video. In here, I'm assuming you know a little bit about it. From the top, imagine that that's where you connect your XLR cable, all right? And what I'm doing here, I'm trying to mimic what you find on a mixer. There are 4 main areas that you want to have a look at. Which are the things that you are going to use? Now, let me clarify. For if the mixer is a really good one, slash expensive. In small and basic mixers, you will have at least 2 of these 4. So I'm gonna start from those 2, and then add on with the continue with the others. So forget about what's happening before this. This is a digital mixer, so in your um, you know hardware mixer, you will have less things. Okay. So at the top, I can decide on a digital mixer to add and or remove stuff. So I've added 4 things, like, as I said, a semi-professional slash professional mixer, not too expensive, but yeah, not cheap, okay? I'm talking about mixers that cost average in the region of between 150 British pounds up to 400. You can find all these things, okay? If you go more expensive, you have more channels, more tools, more, things, etc. But, this basic stuff will be still there. Now, at the top, you will always have, no matter what kind of mixer you got, the gain. See the gain as an extra volume that you add or remove, okay? So if I remove the gain, so if I bypass it at once, you will hear my voice like a little softer. You probably will still be able to hear me, but with a gain on, it's better. Now, to mimic what you can do on a gain stage, you will see just a knob, and you can move it up. So I'm at +6. If I go +1, 2, I'm talking with the same volume as before, and it's louder, so I'm gonna go back to whatever I was. +6, yeah. If I go -6, so this is now doing nothing. -5, so it's even less volume. And you can hear probably nothing here, so I need to shout, hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And I'm back now, okay? So that's what the gain does. I want to cover quickly what's a peak, okay? Now, can you see that when I'm talking, you can see that fader moving, goes yellow, green, and red. If it goes red, remember this, I am in trouble. It should never go to red. Now, in a digital setting, never means never. In live settings, that red, it's tolerable, but just about. That means that here I can see also that my peak, which is the highest volume, is not too loud. It should never go above 0. So this is -13 now. So I'm pretty much in a safe spot. And if I sing and scream, hey, hello, you see, I'm on 2-1, so I'm above. So if I sing with that volume, I will be in trouble. Because this is me talking, I should be safe. To play even safer, I should go to the gain stage. Remember, I was on 2, so I was above 0 of 2 dB. So that's 6 gain. So this gain is set to, oops, here I am. It's set at 6. And I'm peaking at 2. So I need to bring it down of 3, and I will be safe. Even if I do, way, I will never be in red. To play safe, even like this, So now I'm extremely safe, okay? Anyway, to recap the gain stage, see the gain as an extra volume. And usually you have, and we covered this in the other video I was talking about a while ago, for each channel, also the main fader, this one, which is typically at the bottom of the channel strip. So if you look at your mixer or at any mixer, from top to bottom, the bottom you will see this fader, and once again, I can turn it down, and I can bring it up again. As long the combination between the fader and the gain should never let you reach and go above the red. Yep. So how do you know? There is a red, even the smallest and cheapest mixers, they probably don't have all these visual EQ that you can see, feedback. So green, yellow, nothing. But they will have just a LED light, which is gonna turn red if you are too loud. So again, between the gain and the fader, bring it down. That's all. Easy. The second in our chain, it's the compressor. For now, let's skip it. Why? Because if you have or are dealing with a cheap and small mixer, very often the compressor is not there. So for now, let's skip it. But surely you will have an EQ. What is an EQ? Oh, can you hear that all of a sudden my voice is a little brighter compared to this one, which is kind of dull and boo 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 boxy? With the EQ on? Yeah, better, isn't it? It sounds okay. And if I start applying this into singing, so without, and if I sing, I don't know, I sit and wait, there's an angel, compared to, I sit and wait, there's an angel. Can you hear that all of a sudden my voice is brighter and it cuts through your speakers, even your computer speakers? So, that's the EQ. Let's explore what's happening. Now, what you want to realize is if you have a small mixer with just one input and one fader, which is what we are mimicking here, if there is an EQ, probably you will have two knobs, one for the highs and one for the lows. One for the high frequencies, one for the low frequencies. If the mixer is a little bigger and a little better, you will have an extra knob in between. So you will have high, mid, and low. If it's bigger and better and more expensive, you will have high, mid-low, and low. And you can go on and on up to, well, some mixers, they go up to 8 different frequencies or bands. Yep. So this one, we have 16K. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So a lot, okay? So don't worry about it now, but roughly, let me show you so the main concentration of energy in terms of frequency of your human voices, it's in between 1 kilohertz and 8, let's say 4, but let me demonstrate. I'm around 4K, so 4 kilohertz. If I go all the way down and I talk, can you hear that all of a sudden? It's like my voice has disappeared, but I've just killed all the frequencies around 4 kilohertz. If I bring my 4 kilohertz frequencies up all the way up, now this is extremely high, probably too high, and all of a sudden you hear all these sounds are popping up, and they are a little too much, too much. Can you hear that? So we don't want to be that extreme. Maybe here. That's what I like, all right? And in short, what you have to know is whatever mixer, that regardless of, if it's expensive or cheap, you will have something. Always start at 0. And usually 0 is in the middle, facing upward. You will see a, a thing that it's pointing. That thing should point towards up. Okay? And this is 0 in this case. So now the EQ is doing nothing. I'm not changing the frequencies of my voice. Then try to move it up and down and listen to the difference. Again, if I move it up, that's probably too bright. If I move it all the way down, that's too boxy dull. But I like it a little brighter. So again, yeah, go a little high, and if you like it, that's all. Let me demonstrate, let's say, 500 hertz. Same as before, we are at 0. I go all the way up. Here I am, and all of a sudden, again, can you hear the boxy? So I don't really think I like to boost these frequencies. It's too, and especially if you're listening in using a hi-fi system, that would be tragic now. So I'll go all the way down. Now I killed everything around 500, and again, it's weird. So start from 0, and then you decide, yeah, I like it with a little less or a little more. Let's say minus something. Yeah. Let me demonstrate something in between. So let's try 1 kilohertz now. Okay, now we are at 0. This is really dull. This is super bright. Probably again too much. 2.7 is fine. Let's try 8. Let me go all the way up. Hey, 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 hey. Let me go all the way down. Hey, 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 hey. Let me see now. Probably I will go. Hello, hello, something. Maybe less. That also depends. I sit and wait. I'll sit and wait. I'll sit. Yeah, like that. Okay. So again, you can vary the sound of your voice. It doesn't mean faking or changing it artificially. It just means allowing your voice to really shine. Okay, because you're basically are just putting your voice through a series of electrical gears, and they don't know you. You know you better than they do, so you just change accordingly to what you like. And remember the extremes, so going too far to your right or far to your left, so too bright or too boxy, they are not good. So play with that and see what you like. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's just, what you like. Okay? And these are the two main things that you can find in all mixers. Once again, gain, meaning, let's say for now, volume, and EQ, meaning, you can change specific frequencies of your voice. The highs, the lows, the mids, blah, blah, blah. Let's now talk about the compressor. I will untick the bypass, so now I got the compressor on. I sit and wait. That's why I'm easy. Without, I sit and wait. That's why I'm easy. With, that's why. Can you hear that it's kind of So what it does, it doesn't do much, okay? Let me open it for you. And let me demonstrate this. Remember this number, minus 23. So if I go all the way to 0, so now this compressor is doing nothing. I sit and wait. There's an angel. Can you hear that now you can really hear if I'm singing soft or if I'm singing loud. And actually, those two extremes are a little too extreme, so to speak. So what do? You try to use the compressor to um, manage those peaks. Let me go all the way down. So now this compressor is doing a lot. So now I'm whispering and I'm shouting. And basically you hear no difference. Okay, we are back to where we were at the beginning. So this is minus 23. So when you sing in music, live settings as well as recordings, you don't want to be too soft when you're soft, and you don't want to be too loud when you're loud. Why? Because if you are playing with a band and you are singing soft, and that soft is too soft, nobody will be able to hear your voice, and that would be a shame, right? Um, Likewise, if you sing with a medium volume most of the time, and then you have a loud part, and that loud part is not controlled, you risk the risk of being too loud, and also the risk of damaging your hearing, and the audience hearing is higher. So again, we want to control those peaks. How? With a compressor. This is what it does. So once again, don't go extreme. If you're using a compressor, if you set it to 0 when it does nothing, so yeah, why do you use it then? But if you go all the way down to, that's set to minus whatever, 60, so it means I'm squeezing everything. That kills the dynamics. We still want to hear the difference between I sit and wait, and then that's why I'm easy, loud, and soft. We still want to hear those differences. How? With a compressor that is set up not to 0, not to minus infinite, so somewhere in between. If you have a compressor on your mixer, you usually have one single knob. Now, this is a digital mixer, and probably, as you can see, there are many parameters. There is a threshold, ratio, attack, release, makeup, knee, auto gains, and so on and so forth. In your mixer, when a mixer has got a compressor, very often there is only one single knob, which is this one, the threshold. It doesn't tell you, but that's what it does. It's the threshold. So once again, if you put it to 0, it's doing nothing. If you put it too low, it would do too much. So again, be sensible, sensitive, considerate, and just use it with care. It's a great tool, but we don't want to use it too much. And that is the compressor. I sit and wait. Now listen to the difference. Oh, oops. So this is with everything. This is without all of those things. Again, listen to the difference. I sit and wait. That's why I'm easy. And now, yeah, listen. I sit and wait. That's why I'm easy. So it's better, don't you agree? Okay, let me show you this one. That's the last effect. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning, yeah. I sit and wait. So what is that? That is the reverb. Um, most mixers don't have effects such as reverb or delay or chorus or flangers, but some mixers do, and I'm not talking about, you know, 10,000 pounds mixers. There are plenty of Behringers and Yamaha, which, especially the latter, the Yamaha, they are really good. In the region of 100 or 150 pounds, you can plug up to 8 instruments. So great. So if you have a band, wow, that's great. And you got effects like, yeah, all these I mentioned. Okay? Um, a reverb, what's a reverb? A reverb is the, our way to mimic spaces. So now, can you hear? There's no spaces in my voice, okay? Can you hear? That's nothing. And then I can gently bring some space. So imagine I'm singing in a hall. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like, easy like, easy like, I'm easy like that. I sit and wait. I like it. Can you hear that tail? So it's like my voice, it goes on a little longer. That's great, okay? So, what do you do and how you do it? In mixers, usually, if there is a reverb, on the right hand side, there is a big knob called effects. Yes, you got it. And it tells you, usually there are numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And there is a legend underneath. So it tells you like 1 is this, 2 is this, etc., etc. In here, this is the vocal hole. If I bypass it, there's nothing. Oops. If I put it back, here it is. And I got other kind of spaces. So this is the vocal hole. This is the vocal plate, shorter. Warm vibes. Hey, I. Too long. I. This is really short. That's a room. This is a percussion room, so probably we won't like it. I can browse per spaces, rooms, halls, effects, chambers as well. Let's have a look at the vocal chamber here. Vocal chamber, that's one. Hey, I, hello, sit and wait. There's a, yeah, not bad. Probably I like more the whole. So a little, let's try spaces though. Cathedral. Oh, that would be, there will be a lot. Hey, hey, that's why I'm easy. Too long, don't you think? Anyway, what's the point? You browse a few, you just listen to them, you say, sa, hello. Can you hear how abruptly this one ends? Weird. Don't like it. I will not sing with this one. Sit and wait. Hey, there. Ooh, metallic. Hey. So, hey, hello, 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 hello. So you just browse some and yeah, just choose one. I will go for back to whole. Vocal whole. Hey, and I will stick to this one. So, first thing, you turn the knob around. You choose a reverb that you like. Then you go to the knob on your mixer, which is called usually send, S-E-N-D. You go all the way to your left, and now there's no reverb. You picked one, but you have not activated it. Okay? So you decide what space you want to be in at the beginning, and then you decide the amount of that space that you want to add onto your voice. So from all the way to your left, you move it to your right, and you sing, I sit, hello, sit and wait, hello, sit and wait, hello, that's why I'm easy. So what I'm doing, I'm singing and moving the knob to the right until, and I keep singing, that's why I'm easy. Whoa, until, that's why, sit and wait, dream and slumber. Yeah, let's say I like this one, so I will stop it here. And so I decided what space I want to use and the amount of that space I want to use. And that's it. So these are the main 4 effects that you will find in, an average mixer. Once again, gain and EQ, they'll always be there. Compressor and reverb, not very often, but quite often they are there. So, get used to them. And again, without it, now that, sit and wait, there's an angel. Um, let me bypass the reverb first while I sing, okay? Dream and slumber, nighttime shades are calling. Now let me bypass all the rest. Daytime passing. And all of a sudden, you will realize, wow, how could I sing without these things? This is just gain, compressor and EQ applied, and it sounds better, but not just a little bit, so much. So, if you are watching and or listening to this tutorial, very likely you are a CCM singer. And in CCM, I don't know one single singer that doesn't know at least the foundation of these 4 things: gain, compressor, EQ, and reverb. Not only you should know it, you should know all of them, I should say, but you should know more, and you should be able to decide. Don't just say, I don't know, yeah, I guess so, because this is what most singers do when they are, at the beginning of their studies. Be picky. You have to know how you want your voice to sound like, okay? So yeah, there you go. Be picky and don't just, sing without anything. Get used to it and try to understand how much more you can exploit your voice and how much less you do if you got all these things on. In terms of effort, that's what I'm saying. So, think about it. Yeah, if you like, I can suggest some pedals you can buy so to get started with your effects, but this is a really important part of a modern contemporary singer. Effects. Don't forget about it. And I hope you liked the video. Let me put the the reverb on. Yeah, hello. So you can hear me with all that lovely effects on. And if you found this video helpful, please do not forget and do not hesitate in donating. No pressure, but if you want to, please use PayPal with my email, delillisantonio@gmail.com, which is spelled DELLISANtonio @gmail.com. And what else? Well, I guess until next time, make a joyful noise, everybody. Bye now. Bye.